All right, today we're diving into a few short lines of text that have been a source of incredible peace for literally thousands of years. Psalm 23. We're going to break it down and see how these ancient words can speak directly to the storms, the craziness that we all face in our own lives.
You know that feeling when life just feels like it's all too much? The constant pressure, the to-do list that never, ever ends, that feeling of being stretched totally thin. I think we all know what that's like. And believe it or not, that's the perfect place to start, because this ancient text was written for exactly that feeling of being completely overwhelmed. So here's how we're going to walk through this. First, we'll look at the shepherd's fundamental promise. Then we'll see how that promise provides for us and restores us. After that, we'll tackle the tough stuff, courage in the darkest valley. And finally, we'll wrap up with the incredible hope of an overflowing, secure future. It's really a roadmap from feeling anxious to finding real assurance.
Okay, first up, the shepherd's fundamental promise. Everything, and I mean everything, in this psalm is built on this one powerful idea, this foundation of total personal care.
It all kicks off with this incredibly personal statement: "The Lord is my shepherd." Now, you gotta understand, this isn't some vague, faraway idea. To the people who first heard this, a shepherd was a very real, hands-on job. They were guides, protectors, providers, day in and day out. So this one little line, it sets up a relationship of constant, watchful care right from the get-go. And right on the heels of that comes the core promise: "I shall not want." Now, this line gets misunderstood a lot. It's not a magic ticket to getting everything you could ever wish for. Nope. It's actually a huge statement of trust. It's saying, because this is my shepherd, I know all my essential needs are going to be met. The physical, the emotional, the spiritual, it's all covered. It's this deep sense of sufficiency.
Okay, so that's the big picture promise, but what does it actually look like in the middle of the daily grind? That's where provision and gentle restoration comes in. Yeah, this section is all about finding real peace when you're totally burnt out, stressed, and maybe feeling just a little bit lost.
And think about our culture for a second. It's just go, 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 right? So this next line is, well, it's pretty radical. "He makes me to lie down in green pastures." Did you catch that? He makes me. It's not just a polite suggestion, it's an active step. A shepherd knows that sheep just won't lie down and rest if they're anxious or hungry, so this is a picture of peace being deliberately, actively created for them. And the beautiful imagery just keeps going. "He leads me beside the still waters." See, for sheep, rushing water is actually really dangerous, but still quiet waters, that's where it's safe. That's where they can drink and get refreshed. And for us, it's the perfect picture of finding that deep source of calm right in the middle of all the noise and chaos of our own lives. But we're talking about something way deeper than just taking a nap or going on vacation, right? The psalmist says, "He restores my soul." That's a whole other level. This is talking about a complete renewal. Spiritual, mental, emotional, the whole shebang. It's like the shepherd is literally bringing a tired, worn-out soul back to life. So what about all those big, tough decisions we have to make? Well, the text says, "He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake." This is just fascinating to me. It kind of takes all the pressure off of us to have everything figured out. The shepherd shows us the right path, and get this, it's not just for our own good. He does it because being a good, trustworthy leader is part of who he is. It's about his reputation, his character.
But let's be real, life isn't always green pastures and still waters, is it? So what happens when things get really, really tough? That brings us to what might be the most famous part of this whole psalm: finding courage in the darkest valley. And this is so important. It's about finding comfort while you're in the crisis, not just when it's all over.
The exact wording here is just crucial. "Yea, though I walk through the valley." Notice it doesn't say if I walk through it. It pretty much assumes we will. This psalm is so incredibly realistic. It just knows that we're all going to face those dark times, grief, failure, you name it. The valley isn't some detour, it's actually part of the journey. And that is such a key point to understand. The promise here isn't some magic bubble that keeps all the bad stuff away. No, this is not about avoiding hardship. So if the hardship isn't avoided, where does the comfort actually come from? It's spelled out right here. "I will fear no evil, for you are with me." Bam, there it is. The comfort doesn't come because the danger disappears. It comes from the presence of the protector. The fear gets answered not because your situation changes, but because you have someone with you. When you boil it all down, it's about having a protector walking with you right through the middle of the struggle. The promise is that simple and that powerful. You are not alone in the valley.
And it gets even more specific, which I love. The text mentions 2 tools a shepherd would carry. First, the rod. Think of this as a heavy club, something used to fight off predators. That's all about protection. Then you have the staff, which has that classic hook on the end. That was for guiding sheep and, get this, for rescuing them if they fell or got stuck. So you've got guidance and rescue. 2 very different but equally important kinds of help.
And that's why the line says, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. See, they're not just some dusty old symbols. They represent the really active, specific ways the shepherd brings security right when we're feeling our most vulnerable.
Okay, so after we've walked through that dark valley, the whole mood of the psalm just flips. It's a really dramatic shift, and that brings us to our final section, an overflowing, secure future. We're moving from just surviving to actually celebrating, from danger to this incredible promise of abundance, and maybe best of all, absolute belonging.
I mean, just think about this image for a second. It's so powerful. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Wow. This isn't about hiding or running away from the people or things that oppose you. It's about being publicly honored and cared for, right in front of them. It's this incredible picture of vindication, a clear sign to everyone about whose care you're under. And the provision here isn't just enough, it's completely over the top. It's extravagant. You anoint my head with oil. That was something you did for an honored guest to make them feel special and refreshed. And my cup runs over. Well, that's pretty clear, isn't it? It doesn't mean your cup is just full. It means you have more than enough. It's a picture of an overwhelming, incredibly generous blessing.
And this isn't just a one-time party either. The psalmist says, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." The word used here for follow is actually stronger than that. It's more like they're pursuing you. So get this, it's not that you have to go out and hunt down goodness and mercy. They are actively chasing after you every single day for the rest of your life. And this whole amazing journey lands on this final, ultimate statement of security. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This is it. This is the final answer to every fear, every anxiety. It's the promise of being completely safe, of permanently belonging, and of finding unending peace with the shepherd forever.
So when you put it all together, the great promise of this psalm isn't a life free from valleys. It's something so much better. It's the promise of a shepherd who walks right alongside us through them. And that really just leaves us with one last thing to think about. What valley in your life right now could this incredible promise of presence help you face?